We're testing the bot.
Oh wait, I gotta save this.
Are any of you guys Trailer Park Boys fans? I already know Dawn of you aren't, but I already knew the view wasn't gonna be.
I've seen a couple clips on YouTube. I never actually sat down and watched it though.
You might like it, man.
same.
It's pretty funny.
It looked hilarious.
Silpho, you would love it. I know Silpho would really like it. You and like Graham and Dark, like sitting on the couch watching that one together, you would have a great time. I promise.
Okay.
Several people would like to know if you intend to share these completed sketches on Derpyburu, or I guess DeviantArt, or anywhere else you share your art. Are you planning on sharing the sketches? Where can folks find them?
I'll probably tweet them out, yeah. And
Yeah,
then
even
usually
since
just like
digital and pictures, just make a big thing of it, big collage of sorts.
yeah.
We'll make a collage and then put it together.
Oh no, mouse.
Really quick dive in. Is Virulence joining in on this one?
Well, I don't think so. I haven't checked Telegram in a second, but I don't.
He was on Discord a second ago.
So what was the prompt behind this one?
This was
I'll ping him.
Starlight drunk and talking about friendship.
That's exactly right.
There, I just sent him a ping. I need to speed up.
That's what I was worried.
Oh man, turbo speed.
Everyone is succumbing.
Okay, gotta go fast.
If they come, I can't fight.
We've still
Oh
got
my
some
god, I
interest
love when
in.
my pen stops working.
Oh dear.
Did you guys see the Sonic movie?
They'll never make it back.
Yes.
There are
What?
too many,
Did
and
you
I
see the
can't
Sonic
fight.
movie?
What are we talking about? Like
I'm
actual
slowly
Sonic Baby
running
from
out
like...
of food. I'm
Wait,
No,
are you
the
saying
one that- the
movie
one
or
that-
baby?
The Sonic movie, sorry.
Oh, I heard Sonic Baby, and I was like,
Me too.
what? I mean, like, I guess there was a baby.
No, I mean the
guess.
Sonic movie that just came out. Did you see it?
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
Thought it was silly. Really silly.
my living
Give it a couple of minutes and Sonic Baby will be a commission request.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
no.
Done. What have I
Yeah.
done?
Honestly, when Sonic like flossed twice, I wasn't sure who they were appealing to more. Like the kids or just Zoomers like me. Like
I went to see that movie right after I moved to the States, and I was like very upset because a kid dumped their entire thing of popcorn in my lap,
That's
and then
not
proceeded
upsetting.
to eat the popcorn out of my lap. I was like,
Wait, what? Your lap?
Oh, this child?
they were like 3. I don't know, kids' age thing.
Oh, no.
They were
So,
very
like,
young though.
Their parent was just letting them eat
Yeah,
popcorn
and it was
out
like
of some
the movie
buddy's-
was almost over, so I was like, I just want to get through this hell. I've already seen the Sonic movie. Like, I can bear this.
Oh my god.
I
I thought it was
went-
bad enough, and then you ended that with out of my lap, and I was like, oh jeez.
I thought this was building to a good ending. Like, okay, now I just have this lap.
Then
for
I
my
had free popcorn. No,
Awesome.
it was not like that.
Oh no, denied.
Honestly, that's exactly how I would expect a Lil Funkman theater-going expedition to go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what should happen to you.
We've still got some questions about the weirdest requests. If anyone else wants to share their weirdest PG-13
Oh,
rated
yeah.
request they've ever received. Although I think Baby Sonic has got to be up there, right?
I think that'll take the cake.
Story I still love from like one of the first Burning Cons ever. Some guy had a booklet full of dumb quotes that he collected from his friends, like in various states of sobriety. And
That was
had a-
burned.
Was it burned?
It was not burned.
Are you sure?
Burned is washing
Very
right now.
sure.
Burned, was that you?
Was
I
that
still
you?
remember this dude's face. It was not burned.
Okay, wasn't burned.
Can confirm that. But
Yeah. And one of them was something about we must go now. The Oriental rugs are awake, or something like that.
Do we want to swap the stream over to someone else?
yes, we can.
Yeah, could you actually swap it over to me because I just finished mine.
Where? Oh, right.
All right, that's good. Done.
I'm about to finish.
Is that pause share?
I can kill you. Boom.
You.
Bob, you're
I
up.
have to
Destroy me.
click it? Okay. Is it working?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So my suggestion was Cadence brushing Princess Luna's mane. And she can't do it, her hoof is just going right through.
I love that.
That's cute.
That is fabulous. My frigid English heart is melting.
I'll try to clean it up just a little bit more. And then I will move on to my next one. What time is it? 9:37?
Holy cow.
God, I don't have time to clean this up. Okay.
Alright.
Remember when you said that
Discontinue your share,
digital
Bob.
sketches were faster?
Digital
Hey,
sketches are
whatever.
not faster. Not in my case, at least.
Bob,
Definitely
I've
not in
done.
my case.
Bobbity Bob. You gotta pass it to somebody else now.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to
God.
stop sharing?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Ori.
Wait, wasn't I?
You can go next, Assassin. While we're
Wait. There we go, and that's another starlight, but at a rave.
What are starlights?
Yeah. This is a character that I kind of know, so.
Is his screen live? I can't
Nope.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Click the button, monkey. It's a button, to be fair.
I don't know what
Here we
happened to my... Oh, God. I can't find the bot again. Where'd the bot go? Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Princess Luna.
Oh, the bot. I'm sorry, I heard Bud.
Yeah, where is the boy?
Is that an easy thing to misplace?
I love the starlight bouncing up and down.
Excellent.
I often, like...
Raving.
Alright.
Okay, I can
Thunderkind
hopefully
would
get...
like to know.
Oh, good?
Thunderkind would like to know how many suggestions are in the hat currently. Is it fewer than the viewer count?
The answer to that, we don't know.
The current suggestion count is around 115.
Holy cow, what?
I believe in you all. You've got 22 minutes. Go!
Oh gosh.
Bring it.
Got another one done. View, could you pop that up?
1 second, I gotta get mine done.
Sure, sure.
On your machine.
So this is Derpy slipping on spaghetti on a cloud, and she's saying, "Who put spaghetti on a cloud?" Because really. And after that is Dawn. I'm gonna put this over here. What's this done?
So this is some sort of MLP/Animal Crossing crossover. I have drawn Fluttershy, showing off her very own oarfish, I believe that's what it's called. It's one of the biggest fishes you can fish up in Animal Crossing.
Oh,
I thought she would enjoy such an activity. So there you go.
That's cute.
Alright, I have one now as well.
Alright. Stop share.
On that screen, and yes. Twilight Hug and Flutters.
Oh,
Oh, what a great
Aw.
suggestion.
It was adorable.
Okay, that sketch doesn't look good. I have time to start over.
that's
The next one is
entire
Test
life
This
here.
New 3. Test This New 3.
So you're going to throw the pen and then pick the pen back up and do it again.
Yeah,
That was the advice from earlier, right?
yeah.
So there.
You fail. That's art. You wake up, you fail, and then you do it again.
Kind of like standing up school.
Yep.
Please somebody get that reference.
I'm not sure.
Sorry.
Dude.
Oh man. I look like a dork.
Thanks.
Nobody ever gets
With
my
these
trailer
provisions, I
park
will
boys
easily survive until
references.
help arrives.
Hello?
The dicks.
Dexon, I was just at a wedding where everybody kept calling the snack foods the crunch, and I would always respond with, "You know nothing of the crunch." Never get it.
Well, you know, when you just face a little crunch.
This is an outrage. Alright.
Nerds. Any other questions from the chat?
It looks like we're a little short on questions right
I
now
am
from the
keeping an
chat.
eye on them. There was a question about whether or not we could publicize some of the submissions, the submission requests. Assuming you can do it in a way that anonymizes the request store.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We might want to read through them and make sure not all of them, or make sure all of them follow the rules before
Chompy
we
the
post
Diamond,
them,
Pardon me, sorry. Chompy the Diamond Dog would like to convey that you merely adopted the crunch. I was born into it, molded by it.
The serum isn't working.
That sounds about right.
Eventually, I will.
Rainbow Bacon would like to know how you get your outlines to look so smooth and clean. I'm going to assume it's rinse and repeat. Like,
My parents, they
haha,
Mine did.
to visit
hair conditioner joke.
blew them off.
Yeah, I just draw whatever it is I drew again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bobby does it
you
all
start
the time.
dirty and then you get clean as time.
Bobby does what now?
Bobby just draws the messy sketch and then we'll erase the lines so that it
Yeah.
looks clean.
Yeah, I just clean it up after the fact because I'm too lazy to actually like keep swiping my lines over and over and just hitting Control Z.
That's pretty baller. Be like Bobby. It's a lot faster.
I don't know about
He's a
that.
lot slower.
I am currently in last place as far as speed goes.
Oh, you know, beauty takes time.
Do we actually have a breakdown of how many each of you have completed?
I think Don's
I've
winning.
done 3.
I have
Dawn's
done
winning right now.
4. Wait, 3.
my
I'm almost done. Sorry.
Someone earlier was
Almost
curious
done.
to know if we would be ranking this, scoring this. So
We are
If I
not
win, the
scoring
answer is
this
yes, we are.
as Don would win.
Otherwise, no.
fair enough.
Absolutely not.
Good answer.
The winner gets bragging rights.
Yeah.
Sometimes I offer to buy the winner a drink at the hotel bar, but that one's not.
Aw,
That
man.
one's
Bob,
not
dude,
gonna
I'm
work
gonna
out
make
this
you get me
time.
back sometime.
Hey,
just
you know
like-
what? Yeah, for you, I got it.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh man, just like send me a few bucks in PayPal and over to the liquor store.
Here's a fun question. When you're asked to draw ponies with humans or anything from the human world, how do you handle the scaling? How big do you think they should be, the ponies?
3 heads tall.
3 heads. Oh, so
Three
you were
heads high. Three
you were at
heads
the
high.
Nightmare Nights 2017 panel then?
Yeah.
I was
Nice.
I was just at the Nightmare Nights 2017. I wasn't even at the panel, but it came to bear.
Oh, dude, those closing ceremonies were the hypest.
Yeah, for those who weren't there, I should explain. Lauren Faust came that year and she was asked a similar question as to the sizing of the ponies, and they wanted the answer in sort of inches or feet. And she said, no, it's just 3 heads high is how high they are, how tall the ponies are. So that is your
And then that
definitive
became the
answer.
chant.
3 heads high.
I've always just kind of thought of them as the size of like a golden retriever, you know?
Same. I was gonna say
Same.
golden retriever. That's what I picture.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
How much time we got? 16 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay. I see how it is. Kicking us out of here, are ya?
I made it in the transition window. Take everyone out.
Yeah, no.
Except for me, right, Dick?
No, get out.
Be cool. Oh, I thought we were.
Not cool enough.
They're not cool.
Yeah, another messy sketch from me. I want to move over here.
Sketch, they're supposed to be messy.
And mine are just chaotic.
Burrid would like to know what are some of your oldest drawings that you still have, or do you have you burned all the ones from 5 years or 10 years?
I've burned them all, and you
Yeah.
will never see them.
I have them all, and they're locked away.
Yep. I actually have all mine in a little art portfolio in my my bedroom.
So some of you like to keep them, some of you never want to see them again.
Yeah, I show all my worst
and then I
stuff.
look at them, and then I cry. I feel
I
better
like-
about my life now.
I definitely like having them, but I also wouldn't want to show them off, you know?
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I kept them, though.
It
That's
would
why
be
I'm like,
nice if I had mine, so.
Yeah, I definitely got mine.
I
why I'm
got
like, don't tell anyone, but mine might still be on DeviantArt. But
I'm on DeviantArt too. I was just gonna say, if anyone wants to see like my humble beginnings on the internet, I straight up have left my DeviantArt intact all the way to like 2004. So please feel free to peruse like my sketchbook assignments I did in middle school. They're online.
So this piece is Rainbow Dash attending Funfest, and she found art of herself, and so she screamed.
Aww.
It's more like a squeak.
I just feel like a round of applause for the audience who seem to have put in a lot of just DAW-related commissions. They've asked for
Yes,
some very
the
cute
DAW is
stuff, and
high.
you're all delivering, so thank you as well.
Yeah, we've had some good ones. Thank you, guys.
I mean, they're ponies. It's kind of hard not to make them cute.
Honestly, I think I would have liked to see a few more Sweetie Belle related suggestions.
It's
You know?
fine.
But we can work on that for the next time. You know?
Yeah, Bobby.
Okay,
you
so
think
Sweetie
commissions?
Belle and Baby Sonic, go.
Ugh.
No, please don't. Ever.
Bobby, you open for commissions? I'll commission Sweetie Belle.
No, definitely not.
Oh.
I wish, man.
Not even for your homeboy?
No,
Not
I
even.
wish, man.
See how it is.
I'm way too busy right now, especially since COVID turned all my
No.
classes online.
Check us out, man. Check us out. A condition of this commission is that you have 5 minutes.
to do the commission?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Already said that. I refuse.
At that point, I'm not sure I can accept money, but I'll do that for you.
$5 a minute. Come on.
Bitera would like to know, in your expert artistic opinions, which pony has the best design art-wise? So I guess
Rarity.
in terms of color
Rarity.
coordination, or you could just say rarity. Works too.
Good. Yeah.
I'm gonna steal this conversation. Rarity, and then Princess Luna dressed up as Sherlock Holmes is what I've drawn here.
Wait, what? That's what I got.
Wait,
Outstanding.
really?
Oh wait, really?
Oh man, this guy got 2.
Shoot. All right. Well, I guess our prompt machine has fed the same prompt out.
Oh, that's a good one, Dom.
That's
Nice.
okay. There's no harm in having 2 of them.
Love how
That's more the merrier, you know.
We both knew that she was gonna be hyper serious about this, so.
Gotta sketch to show.
We'll see it.
I'll show it.
You got the stuff.
Believe me. So we got Sunset Shimmer fighting Chrysalis.
Dude, that's boss.
Nice.
There.
It is about to go down.
It is about to go down.
Oh, the death glare there is
The
just...
death glare. Very, very anime.
My money's on Chrysalis.
And I'll throw this back because no one really needs to be subjected to me watching or to me drawing.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Go back to me.
Oh man, do you have enough
I
time to
got
get one
one.
more?
I love surprises.
Another perennial favorite here, which is who is best pony in your opinions. Are you all just going to say rarity again?
We're all gonna say Applejack, of course.
I'm gonna say Rarity's sister.
Say
I'm
Twilight.
gonna say Twilight because Twilight's always the best pony.
What kind of degenerate would not say Applejack, like really?
Most of them.
Hey man, I'll
Jack
give you
is
Apple
one of the
Bloom,
best
but
ponies, but
Dude, honestly.
How do I stop my? Oh, there it is.
10-minute warning. 10-minute warning. So I guess 5-minute warning, actually, if we need a 5-minute switch over time. Aww.
no, no. Okay.
That's adorable.
What was the prompt behind this, then?
Pegasus is acting like a bird.
Oh, those
It's
are the
always
best. Let me see
dirty.
it.
They're really mushed up in. So yeah, 5 minutes. Let's see if I can throw out
Oh,
another
you can do it. I know it.
Do it.
Believe.
Let's get it.
Yes, I love you, my friends, but I also see he's waiting to join the stream, so...
They're not important.
Wow!
This is what the people want.
Fully, I thought you were the nicest person in the fandom.
It's
That
late.
is the nicest person in the fandom.
Yeah, he is. Hence why he gives the people what they want.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly
People
right.
want more cute artwork, unless this person wants to join and do some of the sketch commission suggestions.
Hey, what kind of screw up you got on deck?
Yeah.
There's a
Oh my
teaser.
No.
goodness.
Like, this guy who maybe directed the show or something for a few years, you know.
Lame.
They can't even draw.
That's not art.
We'll make sure that we start on time for their benefit, and I retract any nasty comments that I may have inadvertently made. I retract any suggestion that they are not worth starting on time for, because of course
no,
they
come on,
are.
Cole.
They are awesome.
Come on, no,
gonna be
double
fun.
down. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
If it was Larson, I would double down. I would call him a massive.
We gotta get Larson for one of these.
Nearly said a dirty word there, but I can't possibly do that.
I will find a break. Go ahead.
Believe.
Larson is a.
Are we not allowed to swear on this? Because I haven't.
He's so nice. He's too freaking nice. He signs everything.
Then after that, we'll be done.
Alright, my Sherlock Luna is all done. I'm gonna share right now.
Please do.
Yeah, go ahead and share mine too before you shut it off, because mine's really close to done.
Damn, Sherlock Luna.
Nice. Glorious.
Elementary, pal. Alright, go ahead, Bob.
Okay.
Mine was basically done before I stopped streaming, so I'll call it good enough.
Mine
What
is
is that?
Luna practicing Kung Fu.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna be giving her like a headband or something here. I haven't gotten quite there yet.
Oh, no. That's
I've
Celestia in the
got
bag.
one more after that. So.
And then I got one. That's done.
Oh,
You gotta
right
put
back.
Right, I gotta switch
Dinner's
stuff. I gotta
finally
switch stuff.
arriving.
All right.
Stop.
Yeah, sorry. You guys go.
So we'll fight
You gotta
over
put
who gets to go
Celestia in the back, give her Morpheus glasses, say, show me.
next. All right, my prompt is Sunset Shimmer Breathing Fire.
Oh.
Right, go ahead, assassin.
It's been
Okay.
a long time
My prompt
since
was
I last told my parents how much
Derpy
I
in a
love
bubble.
them. Thank you.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh, that's good.
Dude.
Man, you sketch so clean.
Everyone else sketches so clean. I feel so dirty.
I wish I could do that.
It always seems like everyone else sketches cleaner compared to yourself. It doesn't matter what.
I don't know about that.
Oh, true, true.
I think that one was demonstrably cleaner.
But it always feels, that art envy thing. Yeah. Like, oh, my, their lines are so much more expressive or whatever.
All right, do we have anyone who's going to finish something up in the next minute?
I
I
got
did.
something done.
Go.
I gotta share mine. 1 second.
Yep, that's our
This is
1
from
minute
Dawn.
warning.
It says, darn tarantulas.
I got rage quitting a video game.
I love it.
I'm glad
Hey,
we got
mom
a
can
big
finally
rating.
take over the Switch.
These are fabulous.
She only ransomed it from you for what, like most of this week?
Yeah. It's hard being the mother of bitrate. Let me tell you.
Alright, I've stopped share. Who's next?
I got, what is sunset would start its own republic, like Luna or Starlight? So she's got that little bit of a dictator vibe going on.
Nice.
Thick
Yeah.
sunglasses.
That's
are
great.
always
Yeah, for
dictated
sure.
by-
I'm definitely digging the sunglasses. You know what they remind me of? They remind me exactly of Blue Regard Q Kazoos.
Oh, that's
From
beautiful.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yes.
don't know what you're talking about.
Any
Dude,
last
I-
sketches
dude-
that are good to go here? Because we're hitting our time limit. So
Oh, yeah.
otherwise, we're going to have to wrap it up.
Okay, well, mine's, I guess, done. You can flash it back to mine if you want to, but, I mean, I already kind of showed it a little bit.
Alright, yeah, let's flash back to our host.
Alright. There it is.
That is perfect.
I love it, man.
Let me at least give her eyes that are readable, right? That's probably the last thing I should do, and then I'll have that be it.
Everyone?
Thank you guys so much for hosting us.
Yeah.
Thank you all in the chat for coming along on this with us. We're definitely, I'm going to be sending out my, my suggestions. I remember who submitted them. So I'll probably DM them. I don't know about you guys.
If you post them on Twitter and add us, we'll definitely rebroadcast them on the con account.
Mhm.
Okay, that will work.
Good idea.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been great hanging out with you all.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
have a great
for
rest of
tuning
your
in,
have a great rest of your
and,
convention, guys.
Bye, guys.
So much fun.
You're all wonderful people. I love you, Rockford. You're fabulous.
Goodbye.
All right. Later, guys.
Waiting
See you.
for it to stream.
And suddenly it was silent. And then, oh no, here comes trouble.
Oh no.
Here comes trouble.
Hello.
Welcome.
You guys can hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
Are we live?
Great.
No.
Okay, we're
yes.
in the...
Alright, you guys are being brought up now. Larsis, let me know when we're on. Alright, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. We're live, I'm told. So, welcome to one of the final panels of the night. I'm Fold Papers. More importantly, the gentleman to my right is the one and only Jim Miller. Huge round of applause for Jim Miller. So,
I think I can feel it.
Yeah. Louder, folks, louder. He's got to hear it all the way in Vancouver. How are you doing over there?
Hanging in there as best as can be. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there too. I think that's the best that can be said of everyone right now.
You're in Boston right now?
I am in Boston, yes.
Nice. My sister lives out in that area, so you're in good company.
All right, very cool. I'm usually down in Virginia, and driving up 8 hours on completely empty roads was really quite something.
Like a zombie movie.
It really was.
Without the zombies.
If someone had wanted to film a low-budget zombie film, that would have been the perfect time. Because no one's... Except, that would be breaking the social distancing. I'm also being informed that you're on my left on everyone else's computer, so I'm going to point that way instead of that way. Anyway, for those folks who don't know you, which it should be no one, but there are some folks who are new to the fandom, new to the show, new to the con. Welcome to all the newbies. Jim, would you mind introducing yourself and tell us all what you do, or what you did on the show?
What I did, yeah. I'm Big Jim Miller. I was the supervising series director on My Little Pony since halfway through season 5 through to the end of the series. But I've been on the series since season 1, and as a storyboard artist, as a storyboard supervisor, as a co-director, so moving up the ranks.
And so it would have started off for you back in sort of 2009, 2008, long before the first episode aired in 2010 for the rest of us.
Yeah, it was probably early 2010, I think. I came on in the back half of season 1 doing some board stuff. So, before we knew that all of this was going to come out of the show.
Long before. Do you remember what the first board you worked on was? What the first episode was?
Yeah, I worked on Cutie Mark Chronicles.
All right.
Episode 123.
Very cool indeed. Favorite part of that whole experience?
I think the coolest thing was sort of confronting my own preconceived notions about what the show was, and sort of realizing it was much cooler and much more fun than I thought going in. I used to watch the old G1 version of my sister when it was her turn to watch cartoons on Saturday morning, and I was not a fan. So when people were gearing up to work on the show, I was like, oh, really? This is what's going to be at the studio now? But then we started seeing what they were doing. You see Lawrence design, and you're like, oh, wow, that's actually very different. It's super appealing. And then you start seeing some of the animation coming in, and you're like, holy crap, that's way nicer than it has any right to. So slowly, as we worked on it, we started to see, like, this might be something more than average. Maybe something even special. So that was kind of a cool process.
Sorry, how did you first become attached to Pony as a project? How did it first sort of cross your desk? How did you get to the gig at the very beginning?
Yeah, well, previously I worked for 10 years at a studio in town called AKA Cartoon, where we made Ed, Edd and Eddy. And after that, I moved to DHX and was working on a few shows, but then right before Pony, I was working on Kid vs. Cat. And that show wrapped up its second season, and Jason Thiessen and Woody were the directors of My Little Pony, and I've worked with Woody at AKA for 10 years. So they were already well informed when Kid vs. Cat was wrapping, and they had a few board artists who left to go to other gigs before the season was over, so they asked me, because I had a lot of boarding experience at the time, to fill in one of the slots, and then I did a decent enough job that they actually took around and run the revisions department, because there was a lot of tweaking and stuff, because everyone was still figuring out the tone of the show. So I ran the revision department, and then once we got the second season up and running, they asked me to head up the storyboard department. So that's how I ended up there.
So you must have seen quite a lot of change in terms of the process of creating it becoming more streamlined and everyone getting into their groove as creators, hearing the voice actors really finding their characters. When did it all really click for you? You mentioned that you came into the show with preconceived notions and then you started seeing stuff and getting the sense that it was going to be something bigger and better. But when was that one moment for you when you realized, hey, this is something really special?
Well, I think in season 2, we all started to get a first taste of the fandom that was building up around the show. But I don't think I really appreciated everything, not just in the fandom, but the complexity and the sort of firing on all cylinders approach of the show until I was directing on season 4. I mean, that's when I really got a taste of the whole process, not just the storyboard department. So you're, giving notes on scripts and going to voice records and sitting in on all the animation reviews and cutting episodes and all that stuff. So that was very eye-opening and made me really appreciate the skill at all levels, not just the storytelling level.
Do you ever find that you miss the days of storyboarding, getting to focus more in one particular branch of production very, very deeply versus taking the whole broader picture, but maybe not delving as deeply into the different areas?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, one of the things on Pony, I did get to still do a fair amount of drawing, especially when I was reviewing boards. I actually like to draw out my revisions when I'm giving them back to board people because it's just an easier way for me to communicate. It's a little slow, and depending on your schedule, not always the most efficient use of time. But yeah, on the show I'm on now, it's a much faster paced schedule, so I don't have the opportunity to really do a lot of drawing. It's a lot of writing out notes and emails and meetings, and I do miss the freedom to be a little bit more, take a little bit more risks in terms of the storytelling and trying different things. When you're only doing boards, sort of the sky's the limit. You don't have to worry about budgets or all that kind of stuff. You can just do what's in your head, and
it's not your circus, not your monkeys, until it is suddenly your circus.
Exactly. And then now I have to be like, guys, we can't add that character because we all the designs behind or whatever. That kind of stuff's not as, it's important, but it's not as fun to sort of have to be the guy that says you can't do that for technical reasons or economic reasons or whatever.
But you get a full sense of why those decisions were made, whereas before that you might have not really had appreciated the positions that the people who are sending down those decrees are in and why they have to make those choices.
Right, and I think it's easier. Like, I remember when I was just boarding, even years before I was on Pony, and be like, man, I don't know why they do things that way. It seems stupid, and it makes things harder for us. And then you move up the ladder a little bit, and you're like, oh, there's a really decent reason why that happens, and it's not a fun reason, but I understand now. I may not agree with it, but I understand why.
Now, you mentioned the show that you're working on now. What can you tell us about that, if anything?
Unfortunately, not much. I'm not in a supervising director position. I've sort of taken a back seat just to take some of that pressure off myself for a little bit and just be sort of the backup director on that, which is it was nice just to give myself a bit of breathing room and just focus on doing the work as opposed to having to have the final say on things. It's a show that hasn't been announced yet, so I can't really say what it is, but it is a continuation of an existing property. That's all I can say.
Are you excited about it? Can you say that much?
I
mean, I would hope that you would be.
For the most part, yeah. I really liked it. A lot of the Pony crew that I had a good time working with have come back, and it's always great to work with them. And we're moving into a Harmony pipeline, which is new to me. Like, we were using Flash for Pony, and now we're moving into Harmony, so it's really good to learn these new programs and the new process. We're doing boards in Storyboard Pro, which is very different from what we did on Pony. So having that opportunity to learn some new skills and new knowledge in terms of how things are moving in the industry is actually very helpful.
And you pushed Flash right to its limits.
Yeah, a lot of that I think was due to Jason and Woody setting that stuff up very, very early on. They're both and Woody in particular was very much a Flash genius in making the program, like getting into the guts of the program and making it do things it's not supposed to, and being very meticulous about setting up the builds in a way that would make them, you could sort of scale the difficulty on them. So, you know, the first season you don't see a lot of differentiation in body types, but that allowed us to really get strong walk cycles and expressions down that we could reuse and then build on and make more difficult, expand into body types, different body types as the show moved on. So all that planning that they did in those early stages really, really, really helped the show as it moved on.
Now, do those techniques and pipelines correspond with those in the newer program you're using? You called it Harmony, or is it a different kind of approach?
It's sort of so Flash is more, the best way to describe it, and this isn't a super accurate description, but it's a little bit more like moving around pieces of paper cutouts. And Harmony is a little bit more of a hybrid between that and hand-drawn animation. So there's a very heavy tech side, but it's a little easier to squash those pieces and distort them a little bit more to get more hand-drawn looking final looks to things. So yeah, and I'm still learning a lot about Harmony. Series I'm on now, and so I'm learning a little bit more.
But it's nice, I assume, getting to grow and experience new tools versus still working with one that you've been working on 10 years. The new challenges, the new experiences involved in mastering that new tool, that has to be exciting to you as an artist.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things when I started Pony, just before Pony, was when I was on Ed, Edd n Eddy, we did everything on paper. And then moving to DHX, we were starting to do everything on Cintiqs, like drawing on a screen that digitally and moving to a digital process. So it's always an evolution, and there are you know, it's a very good at saving time and being more efficient. And I do feel that it's a good challenge for your brain to learn those new things, especially when the industry as a whole is kind of moving towards those things. Like, you can fight it all you want, but if you do it too much, then you're push yourself out of a job, because this is the standard. This is what everyone's using. So
you can wave the flag for traditional hand-drawn.
Yeah, and especially TV, like hand-drawn is beautiful, and I would love to see more of it, but it's time-consuming and expensive. So, you know, the budgets on some of these shows just don't allow for it.
So we talked a little bit about the transition of tools and lessons that you learned as you moved up the ranks once you kind of saw the rationale behind decisions that used to get handed down to you. But what kind of experience or lesson would you say you learned over the years that you're going to take with you to your new position and your new projects? What's your takeaway from your 10 years on Pony? 10 plus years, I should say.
Well, it's about just under 10, I think.
Just under 10. 10
just
minus years 10, then.
Yeah, I think it would probably be 10 years right about now, I think.